Hey guys, CD Mangaka here. I'm bringing you um, more Modern Warfare commentary. I guess I should say COD4, or, well, I don't know what you guys call it, but I think for the most part, everybody calls it COD4, and not Modern Warfare. But, well, whatever. Looks like we got a game on a Crossfire. And I guess maybe what I wanted to do was talk about maybe just a few of the underlying principles behind playing COD4 and then comparing them to like Modern Warfare 2. When you look, when you kind of compare the game types themselves, I mean, they're both still kind of designed to almost try and do the same thing, in where they try and get you to go around the map in certain flank routes, excuse me, and you know, kind of hold off the enemy and sort of kind of destroy them in their spawn, you know. But when you can do that very easily in COD4, well, right now it seems to me, because there seems to be a lot of bad players, you know. I mean, I've only played the multiplayer for like 3 hours, and I'm like level 25 or 26. I got 2.18 KD, and I never touched COD4 before in my life. So generally, it's a lot easier to do, and of course it is. I mean, because there's a lot less kind of a noob stuff in there. I mean, there's no death streak, so you never run into a painkiller or like a final stand. You run into last stand, but I mean, you know, we can handle that kind of easy. There's but martyrdom was a death streak in Modern Warfare 2, but it's a perk here, and but you get Juggernaut as well. But I mean, those things are hardly a major problem, almost. But I mean, you also don't have things like, you know, like danger close noob tubes. In COD4, or one-man army noob tubes, infinite supply of noob tubes. I mean, it's 2 shots, you're out, and whatnot. And you also don't have just all these outrageous stuff going on. You know, you don't have ride shields. You don't have you know, you just don't have or commando and whatnot. And so, because of those quote-unquote noobish things that kind of really mar the game up, it does change the battlefield, the landscape of the game, just a little bit. And also there's a different spawning system in Modern Warfare 2 than there is in COD4. And so, you know, I mean, with COD4, I mean, you can rarely run into their spawn and they'll just keep spawning there for another 10-20 seconds. Meanwhile, in Modern Warfare 2, the spawns shift up kind of based on where your teammates are. And, you know, so, I mean, you can get some really weird spawns. I mean, they'll spawn, 2 guys will spawn there, then 2 other guys will spawn there. And so it makes it harder to do, like, things such as rushing. I mean, you can basically, I mean, if you can get into the right kind of lobby and you understand the maps well enough and you, like, understand just how a few things work, I think you could almost play Modern Warfare 2 in a very similar style that you would play Call of Duty 4, in which basically is, you know, you move along the map, you get closer to the enemy spawn, you set up in a small area that's close to it, you know, you have a couple claymores or something like that, and you can really just kind of destroy the enemy team a bit. I mean, right here I'm posting up outside this building. I made a little bit of a ruckus in there, and I know guys are in there, although they're probably up on the second balcony, but, you know, I'm still pushing up against the enemy. I'm still kind of taking it slow a bit, and, you know, and if I had a submachine gun, I could run to their spawn, I could really beat them up in a close-range quarter combat fight. So I think, you know, like, overall, like, the structure is, like, more or less the same as far as those 2 games go, but just because of all the things that Infinity War changed, all the new stuff they put in, all the differences they made, you know, like shotgun secondaries and, like, you know, overpowered perks and different kill streaks and whatnot, that it makes it all of a sudden very, very, just a different game overall in which that you get to play in. So, I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense, but I mean, overall, I mean, they're probably, excuse me, adjusting the mic a bit, there probably is some sort of way that, you know, I mean, that overall you can play the games in a very similar fashion and whatnot, you know. So, I mean, it's just, again, a few of the differences they made really kind of just have to adjust in your playstyle a bit more. I mean, you know, with, right here, I think I get killed before nope, barely stay alive. But like in, it's just little differences, I guess you can say, really make the big differences, you know what I mean? customizable kill streaks, different perks. The things change, and you do have to kind of play, change the way that you play. But I mean, some of the same, and as well as the different map designs. In COD4, most of the maps are pretty like reflective of one another. I mean, you'll have a lot of the same stuff going on occasionally. Whereas in like Modern Warfare 2, you'll get very asymmetrical maps, where you got all sorts of unique landmarks on either side of it, making it for one side of the map gets totally ignored while the other side is abused and abused. Like Subbase and Karachi have that kind of an issue. In deathmatch, at least. But, there's also... But, I mean, some of the same principles still apply. I mean, using cover, going along transition areas slowly, poking your head in and out, holding off enemies as they come out of their spawning point. Those principles still are there still from COD4 to Modern Warfare 2. They're just a little harder to do. I mean, because everybody wants to run around tac knifing, or camp up in a corner, launching noob tubes randomly across the map because they have an infinite supply. So why bother making them count? So, I mean, those are just some thoughts of mine. And I guess maybe like if maybe I could almost begin to learn to Russian Modern Warfare 2. I'm not too sure. I mean, I do like my big kill streak setups, like 5, 7, 9, whatnot. So let's see. I think this fight was pretty funny. This guy and I, we just kind of keep failing and failing, and then this guy comes up and gets me from behind while we're making all that ruckus. Oh, just the inexplicit amount of fails going on. Some lousy hit detection, some lousy skill. Right about here, I think I don't change classes at all. It's like the end of the match. Get teammates right there, and we're coming into the end of the match. I believe an airstrike. I'm about to throw a grenade, but a guy calls in an airstrike and he gets like a double kill or something. Maybe, or that was a different match, but either way, running out of time. Let's see, car goes boom. I run out this way. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Rate and comment the video. I will see you later.